Guys, have you ever walked into Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever, and you're walking down all these aisles and you're looking at all of the different pliers that you could possibly see on the shelf, and you're wondering to yourself, which ones are the best? Should I go with Kleins? Should I dip out and go with Craftsman? Should I dip out and go with the Kobalt? What should I go? Should I go to Harbor Freight and get their brand, which, as you already know, we've done a review on those. So which ones do you get? With so many of these in this aisle to choose from, which ones are good? Well, luckily for you guys, I have literally done some of the legwork for you to see which ones are the best. Now, I'm not gonna stand here and tell you that every single one of these, maybe you might get a pair and be like, you know what, these are way better than Kleins. But I'm gonna give you my own opinion. I'm gonna tell you what I think of these, and we're gonna go down this road. Now, this is not gonna be a whole lot of talking, more showing than talking, but I'm gonna give you some of my advice, some of my thoughts when we open these packages up. Now, the first ones we're gonna do the ones from Lowe's. Now, these are the Kobalt. This is their brand, and I have not even opened them yet. So I'm gonna show you what I've got. This is the pair that I bought right here. We're gonna open these up together. We're gonna see just how good they are. I mean, as of right now, they feel decent, but as you can see, they are not out of the package. Before we open these, I'm gonna read all of the information on the back here, just so you know right away what we're up against. So this has a lifetime hassle-free guarantee warranty. So I'm not sure what that means exactly. I'm not sure if you burn them up, are you gonna get a new pair or not? So we're gonna read the back here, we're gonna see. I'm not gonna really dive deep into the warranty, but these are 9 inches, okay? 9-inch Linesman's pliers. The model number is 2564355, in case you're interested. So I'm gonna read what is on the back of here, and we're just gonna open them up and we're gonna try them out. So, it says, induction hardened blade, smooth action rivets for easy one-handed operation, tethering loop for work at heights, comfort grip handles, easy to read identifier for effortlessly selection for the belt or bag, S for side cutting. Now, I'm not sure where the S is on here. Maybe it's on the opposite side. Oh, right there. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but they put it inside the handle, so when you're looking down into your handle, your tool bag or whatever, you can actually see that. That's pretty neat. So anyway, hassle-free. You should never have a problem with your Kobalt. However, if you do, return them. Place purchase for free replacement, no questions asked. This warranty gives you specific legal rights. You may also have other rights from varying state to state, blah, blah, blah. They are made in China. So we already looked at the ones from Harbor Freight, and they're pretty decent. These are made in China. I believe those were made in Taiwan, I think, if I remember right. So let's go ahead and bust them out. You know, 9 inches, pretty decent size. So right away, you know that they have that little loop here where you can tether to put them on so you don't fall, or so they won't fall out of your bag when you're going. Now let's see the drop test. Oh yeah. If you remember the Doyle ones, they didn't do that. So far so good. They do feel a little bulky in my hands. They do feel comfortable, but they do feel a little bulky. So these don't actually say that they'll pull fish tape. And like I told you before, I do not recommend using any pair of Kleins to pull a fish tape with, but they don't say that, but they do have some pretty deep knurling in here. So, I mean, you could probably grab a fish tape pretty decent right there. So it does look pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna twist a few wires together. We're gonna strip, even though we're not supposed to strip wires with a pair of Linesmen's, we are going to strip them just to see how good they are. I think the cutter, just looking at it, I think that this part of the head is a little smaller than a pair of Linesmen's. We're gonna have to look, get a pair of Linesmen's and see. But anyway, I'm gonna get a pair of Linesmen's, get a couple pieces of wire. We're gonna strip it out, we're gonna twist it, and I'm gonna give you my opinion. Now, if any of you guys know me, you know I have like a lot of pair of Linesmen's. This is a very old pair that I have. This is the brand new Kobalt ones. I can already tell you, yeah, the head is a lot different, as you can see, maybe or maybe not. So the Kobalt head is a little smaller, even though it's literally the same size, it looks like this is a little bit better put together. The cutter, I think the cutter may be a little longer on the Linesmen's, but yeah. We're gonna go ahead and take these. I'm gonna bring you down here. Actually, I'm gonna strip it right in front of you. So we'll go ahead and get these out. Now, Let's see if I can strip with them. You're not supposed to do this, so don't do this. Do as I say, not as I do. So we'll go ahead and we'll strip a sack and we'll see. Much better than the Doyle, so that's a plus already. Even though we don't do that, I'm just showing you that you can. You should never do that. So let's see. Let's see if I can do this one. Yeah, not too bad. Now let's put this together. See what happens with the joint. I'm very curious. So here we go. We'll go ahead and we will twist them together and see just how good they are. Not too bad. Pretty good joint there. And the cutter is, so the cutter is not nearly as good as the Kleins, because it would have, you know, made that noise and snapped it off. This pinched it off, but it did all right. Let's see if it does. Just a piece of wire here. Let's see. See that noise? Click, click. Listen. Oh, didn't do it that time. Yeah, the cutter's not nearly as good. Listen. Nope. Okay, so it does make a pretty good joint, and you can see it kind of pinches it off, where the Linesmen's, even though these are super old, listen. Every time. Well, I'm gonna say every time. Let's try one more time. And of course, these are definitely tested and true. So this is gonna be my final thoughts on these. Like I said, this video is gonna be pretty quick. So for what they are, not bad. These are, to me, would be entry level. Pretty good. There's no gap between the cutter and these things. Like I said, they've been around for a minute, so there's definitely some air gaps between there, but they do cut 10 times better, just saying. So my final thought, literally, now we're gonna start with the final thought. I think they're okay. They're not a pair of Kleins, so I don't know. They're better, they feel better than the Doyle ones, but they're not Kleins. So if you can just save your money and get a pair of Kleins, then I suggest you get that. Now, I am gonna be reviewing the Craftsman pair, and that's probably the last pair, because I'm not gonna review the Kleins, because 100% Kleins are always on point. But I'm gonna try the Craftsman's ones and see. So we started with the Doyle, Kobalt, and we're gonna go to the Craftsman. And then I'm not gonna do any more unless you guys have any other thoughts. Maybe I should go try a different pair before you guys buy them. And then I might do that. But Kobalt, much better than Doyle. But I don't know. Entry level, yeah, I'd say so. I would probably get these before I would get the other ones. I mean, for 20 bucks, can't really beat it for the price. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna leave it right here. Check back. There's gonna be a video on the Craftsman ones. Might wanna check them out. They are my favorite color. And what color is that? Well, I'll see you back in a few weeks. You guys can see what color is my favorite, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day. God bless.